So I found a small leak in the transmission cooler oil line. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace that today. I picked up the oil cooler line for around $100. It's right up front in the truck, so I'm gonna show you where it is, and then I'm gonna go ahead and replace it. I'm laying down right underneath the driver's side in the very front of the truck. So here's where the bumper is, and then just behind the bumper, and this frame rail cross member right in front of it, you'll see the transmission cooler line. So this is the part that's leaking. You can see that it's all wetted here, and then it's running down here. It's not getting no leaks out of here, so that's good. But what I think it is either it's corroded underneath this, which seems to be the spot that it is the most wet, or I pulled back this this little sheathing here, and it could be because of the corrosion right here at this 90-degree bend. So this then bends up and and goes to the cooler. So this rubber piece here, you can pull it back, and you should be able to see that's the hose and that's the clip. So I got a long pair of needle nose pliers that I'm going to use. So here's the part that I'm talking about replacing. It shouldn't be bad. It's just a hose clamp up here on this end, and then this gets pushed into the cooler. So here's the part number, and then there's also a part number on the part, but the part number for ordering is right here with the -K at the end, and this is another part number, almost the same, but has a CD at the end. The one on the truck right now I have is a CB. It's a 2015 F150. So there's the part itself. Okay, so I'm gonna try to get the hose clamp from the front. So here I am. I have the shutter open so I can go ahead and see inside there. And I see the hose clamp. I've got the long 15-inch pliers. So I'm just gonna go ahead and grab it and then work it down with the pliers until I feel that it's no longer clamped onto the cooler. So I'm gonna go ahead and try that, and then I should be able to pull it off. It's just easier to get to the clamp this way than reaching up from underneath. I also wanted to just do a quick share of where the shutter, where I moved it to be able to close it. So right here in the middle, this this right here, up and down. So you can either push it up or pull it down to get it in the position you want it. But that's what I did to make sure the opening in the front was enough so I could reach the pliers in. And here's just a quick shot of what I'm talking about. So go ahead and get your pliers between the slats of the grill and between the slats on the shutter, and then you can get in, grab the hose clamp, squeeze it down, then slide it down. So just keep doing that until you're about 3-4 inches down from where it started. So before I go ahead and pull the hose off the cooler up there, I'm gonna go ahead and take this bracket off, which will give me a little flexibility to move the whole thing down while I'm pulling the hose off. So this is a 5/16 inch bolt holding the bracket to the frame. And then I might go ahead and come over here and just disconnect this too, so at least I can move the whole cooler line and rotate it to be able to pull it off of the cooler up at the top. All right, so with that bracket out, the bolt out, it does give me some good flexibility, and this still spins, so I think I'm okay now to go ahead and try to start pulling that hose off. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I was able to pull the hose. You can see right there where it was connected and the hose hanging off. It does drip some transmission fluid, but I caught it all in this old rag here, so good to go. Now it's a little cold today. It's about 32 degrees, so the hose was giving me a little trouble at first, so I took out the my little heat gun here and went ahead and just put it on there for a couple minutes, and that was enough to help me get the hose to actually come off. So now that the hose is off, I'll go ahead and disconnect the other side. All right, so I had my 1/4 inch ratchet that I put on there with a 10 millimeter, and it seems pretty tight. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a little penetrating oil on there. It's just a spot. It's just a spot on the truck that's right in the front. Probably just gets a lot of salt hitting it. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that on there, leave it for a few minutes, come back, probably use the 3/8 inch drive ratchet for a little more leverage. Make sure that comes out. All right, so a little penetrant and a little more leverage was enough to be able to loosen this up. So I'm gonna go ahead and loosen this up. This bracket that you see here should be able to swing off. So by this little tab, I'll just swing it up. There we go. So you don't have to totally loosen it. And then now I should be able to pull this out, but I gotta get the towel close by because I'm afraid this is gonna make a mess again. Yeah, so this is just in here. So you don't need any tools to take this out, and there you go. All right, so I'm gonna try to get a little container so I can capture that comes out. So that's it, and then we'll go on to putting in the new one. All right, so with the hose swung out of the way, collecting a little fluid just from what was really in the hose, a little bit from what was in this valve. But I'm gonna go ahead and take this blue piece out. So that is something that comes with the new one. So if you got a little pick, you can just get that out of the way. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull the hose down and then start the process of getting the new one in. So here's the two parts together, the old one on the bottom, the new one on the top. So the clamp can kind of see, it still has that marking on it. So it was actually right in between the two horizontal bars there. So when I put the clamp back on, I'll try to make sure it's right there as it was on the old one. I don't see any holes where it was leaking. I mean, I do see a lot of rust, especially here. It's pretty thin down, and there's some rust. Don't really see any holes, but it could also be, I was suspecting it's underneath here, so maybe I'll slide that over, see if I can see anything. But that's where I think the problem was. I do wool wax the underside of the truck every year, so maybe if I wool wax these lines, it'll help. So the next thing I'm going to do is just heat this up a little bit on the new one. So similar to what I did before, again, because it's a little cold out, and this will help make the hose a little more pliable and a little bit easier to get on. You could also put a little transmission fluid inside the hose at the top. That should help it slide on a little bit better. I put a little Vaseline on the other end So reach my hand up there and put a little Vaseline on the other end to help it slide in. But that's all you got to do. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so the new one is on. Now I was able to, again, reach my hand under here, grab the hose, and connect it up at the top. So with the heat and the Vaseline, it actually wasn't bad to get on at all. So that's good. So now I'm going to go ahead and probably tighten this bracket and then put this end over here back in as well. And then I'll go back to the front and tighten the hose clamp in the correct position. All right, so now I'm just putting the bracket back in. There's a little hole that tab goes into, so just make sure you get the bracket into that little hole, and then go ahead and get your little bolt tied back down or tightened back down. So that's a 5/16 bolt. Okay, so with the bracket now in place, I'm going to go ahead, take this thing off. And you can see the blue seal. So the blue seal that we took out, as I said, comes on the new piece. So it's a new seal, and then there's a little black plastic piece just behind that. So that's gonna push the seal and keep it tight once you close down the bracket that swings back. So just go ahead and get this placed in here. Probably just need 2 hands to make sure I get it in there correct. So let me do that. All right, so now I got it popped in. You'll feel it click when you get there. So you can also put a little transmission fluid around the outside of that blue seal, which should help it slide in a little bit easier. So now you just go ahead and take that bracket right here and put it back down, and then go ahead and tighten down your 10mm again. So that's a tight screw. That's gonna hold you in place. So so the last thing I still need to do is go ahead and move that hose clamp with the long pliers through the grill to the right position. All right, so here I am, long pliers. I've got it on the hose clamp, which is probably tough to see, but just gonna go ahead and inch it up until I get it to the top, like I said before, between the 2 horizontal lines, which you can still see on there. So I'm going to go ahead and inch that up, get it in place, and then I should be all done. It's kind of tough to see, but I did want to show. So the hose does go all the way up to the top, so that's how you'll be able to tell that you got the hose on there as far as it needs to go. And then I did move the clamp, so now the clamp's in the right spot in between those little 2 horizontal white lines, which you can kind of see still. So the last thing, I guess, I'm just going to go ahead and get underneath the truck and fix the splash guard. But then we should be good to go. Since we only took a little bit of transmission fluid out that came out of the line itself, I'll check it, but likely I don't really have to put any more in. So that's it. So that's the oil cooler hose change. Hopefully this helps, and just like and subscribe. Thanks.